Good morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain count. Well, overnight, soybean and soybean meal and soy and corn prices are trying to bounce off yesterday's new lows. Could be some short covering on the fact that we're closed Monday for the holiday, and China will be back from their holiday, and that I think some of the shorts are concerned if China starts buying U.S. beans again. And cash values improve and the futures improve, and we make a short-term bottom. Wheat market continues to slip lower. I think the number one thing was yesterday Ukraine sold Egypt some wheat at around $218 a ton. 220, maybe 225 was the Russian recent low, so it kind of shocked the market that Ukraine dropped the prices that much to sell wheat to Egypt. I think that the forum is behind us, but they set a bearish tone about increased carryouts next year of corn, soybeans, and wheat. I think they show some record yields in corn and soybeans, and the wheat yield is also higher than a year ago. We also note that the International Grain Council increased their estimates of world corn production. At the same time, they increased demand, but that was because of lower prices. And they also, private people are increasing the wheat crop from a year ago. There's still a lot of uncertainty there. I think it's interesting that our weather guy has been working overtime in trying to come up with some scenarios for U.S. spring and summer. So he is looking at 6 years in which there has been the end of an 18-year cycle that were drier and warmer than normal across the Midwest. 1916, 1934, which everybody remembers, 1952, and recently 1970, 1988, and 2006. Each of those years, we came into a warm cycle in the southern hemisphere. We're going to see 110-degree temperatures in Western Australia in the next few days. We had the early heat in Brazil. We also are seeing warm, dry conditions here in the U.S. Midwest. So he thinks that there could be a concern if, over the next few weeks, the U.S. Midwest is warm and dry. That could increase the chances of a warmer and drier summer. Obviously, if the next few weeks we see rain in the Midwest, that probably negates any chance for concern. So I think that if I'm a farmer, I'm not selling at these price levels. If I'm an end user, I am a buyer, especially in the corn market. The last thing that we're watching pretty closely is Brazil weather. It's usually not too long from now that their monsoon ends and they start getting into a drier pattern. The next 2 weeks for most of Brazil should see heavy rains, which should insulate them from having this monsoon end, but it could be a concern for the late corn production in Brazil. So higher trade in beans and in corn and meal, lower trade in wheat. Outside market stocks are higher, crude's lower, and the gold's a little bit higher.